Hello, hello. All right, so welcome back. This is going to be a bonus general message. These are the ones that I always start out with some anecdote, something real that happened, usually pertaining to my dog. Let me see if that sets a tone for the story. Aries, I don't know what he saw last night, but it made him leap like a little bunny rabbit up into the air to get out of the way of, it's something very surprising. And it was nothing harmful. I think it was like a leaf or something, but he didn't know what it was. And, always jump out of the way of anything that could be harmful. And maybe there's going to be a real shock in our character's life. We have a Queen of Pentacles who tends to be pretty calm, steady, steadfast. But we have a brand new beginning. Now, she's already holding the new beginning in her hands. She may not realize what an amazing thing she has right there at her fingertips. Now, this could also represent that what she thinks is going well in her life is going to be blown out of proportion with what is actually coming in for her. Possibly a gift from the divine. What this says, our character is about to be very stunned, very shocked by an incredible offer that is coming in. The only thing that concerns me is that we have if it's a ferret, fine, but if it's a weasel, I don't know. We got something not terrific happening at the same time that something amazing is happening. We got a weasel. The weasel is a little, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but I still just want to make note of it. Okay, we have an Emperor sideways, we have the Chariot upright, and we have the Four of Swords. Somebody that she could never guess would be showing up in her life is either traveling to come see her with the intention of healing something with her. She does not for a moment imagine that this person could be coming forward, or this could be a job opportunity that she didn't even know her name was in the hat. This could come out of literally nowhere. This could be the CEO of some major company that has tagged her and has an intention of offering her an opportunity that could change her life. She already thought she was doing good. This could be somebody who has their own business or works really hard, but they're being headhunted for some other position by the company that they work for. Hey, we need somebody to head up I don't know why I want to say our Rome office, but what do you think? Could you pack up your stuff? Would you be willing to go? This is going to be very healing for her, whatever this is. My impression right now is that somebody wants to come and talk to her. My impression is that there is this desire to put a lot of healing into something. Why is the Emperor sideways? Is it just because it's going to be such a shock? She never could have fathomed this. Wow, yeah, I would say that's definitely it, because we have a Five of Swords sideways and we have the King of Pentacles upright. This is somebody who's literally, this is definitely a reconciliation story, okay? But it's from somebody that she never dreamed. She's been good. She's been single, out there doing her thing, because we only see her. Whatever she does very well. This could be somebody who looks really good in deep jewel tones. She may wear a lot of green, a lot of deep purple, a lot of deep blue. She could have long red hair. Her environment could be pretty nice. Whatever she's created for herself, her life is good. I think she lives in a semi-luxurious style. Like things grow wherever she's at. Somebody could literally have like a trellis or something where there's, vines that go up around their front porch or something. But I feel like their house is nicely in order wherever they live. They could have a humble home, but they still make it look really comfortable, really luxurious. Somebody has a style to them that always comes across as rich, even if, they just have a luxurious way of styling their house or themselves, even if they're not spending big money to do it. But I feel like this person's life is quite stable. The fact that she's in such a calm and peaceful space in her own world where there's she's created stability, that's why it's a big shock. Because I think if in the past she dealt with somebody who had the potential to have been an amazing either long-term partner or the person that she thought she would have wanted a high-level commitment with, something happened to where it was like, obviously either they thought it too, but then nothing happened, or there was even the question mark was like, did I dream all that? Were they actually, look, an Emperor in the reverse is a total tyrant. An Emperor upright is an amazing person who makes good decisions, but strong decisions. Having it sideways means They made really strong decisions sometimes, but were they full of themselves and tyrannical about it, or were they a terrific leader who could make tough decisions when they had to? There's a question mark about this person's behavior, and maybe there was even a question mark for her in her mind about whether or not she ever really knew who they were. Even though I would definitely say at one point she must have thought that they could have been the person that she would have married. She, he, it doesn't matter. I don't read for genders. This could be same-sex coupled just as easily as it could be reverse gender roles. But it's a big shock, partially because she doesn't really even know 100% who that person is. So they did not create a high-level commitment with her. They are now calling her or coming forward to her to give this healing, to really connect with her. And they're like bringing their stuff. I mean, this is somebody who's like ready to be her full on. And we have a perfect partnership, right? We have a king and queen of pentacles that we got out of 2 different decks. So, keep in mind, each deck has 78 cards. We got 2 decks out here. So the odds on getting, with so few cards out, the odds on getting a perfectly matched pair, pretty slim. This says this was a very troubled connection that was torn apart, possibly maybe because there was a big group of people involved. Whatever this is, they are reaching out to her, and it's going to stun her that they are coming toward her specifically to address why this connection ended up like them running through the graveyard. It feels like this union was like, they kept trying to keep it together, and it just was impossible because of all this other crap. And now they are literally uprooting their lives. They're saying that they're moving to where she is. They're not just coming to visit her. They're coming to talk to her once and for all, to actually confidently be present. I mean, they might be saying, I am moving to the area that you live in because it's the only way I will ever get a chance to build something with you. I've ended wherever it is that I'm at. I am leaving. I've packed up my stuff, and I'm coming to live in your town so we can do this properly. I don't think they're saying I'm going to come move in with you. I think I'd probably have to ask her permission for that. Boy, this can be mind-boggling. 5 of Cups. This is a flood of memories for her, a flood of bad memories, actually, a flood of lonely memories. And her mind goes into like, it feels like a maze. Like, am I happy about this? Am I not happy about this? I don't know how to behave. When I hear from somebody after so long, they are coming into my world. What does this mean? How do I feel? 2 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 9 of Cups. She may try to reach out to them and can't get in touch with them because they're already on the move. She may be asking herself, how do I feel about this? I need to gather some more information. I need to ask them, what are your real intentions? What do you mean you're coming in to fix stuff? How did you feel before? What was the obstacle? I think she almost wants to know before they arrive. And I don't think that's going to be an option. I think they're either out of range, out of touch. I feel like she's going to get a message that they're on their way. And she's going to be flooded with shock, stun. This is actually a wonderful thing that's being offered, though, in all honesty. They're offering something true, something real, a new beginning. But she's kind of like, okay, it's a little high-handed. You're on your way because this pleases you, but I'm not 100% sure if this pleases me. In fact, hearing from you stirs up a lot of sadness, stirs up a lot of, like, I need to talk to you again and say, what do you mean I'm the one that you've been thinking of all this time? It's almost like she doesn't even know how they felt about her. So this is a big shock because someone who she didn't even know how they felt about her is suddenly like, I'm on my way. You're my wish come true. I'm headed right towards you now. Okay, I can understand now also why, when I said, are they being a dictator about things or are they being a strong leader? That's a prime example. They are making a decision. I want her. I'm coming toward her. I finally can move in her direction. They didn't ask, may I see you? Will you speak to me? They're saying, I got to come towards you. Now, personally, I think it's awesome that they're doing it because they're putting themselves on the line. They are showing up. They are putting their actions behind their thoughts, behind their words, so everything resonates clearly. They're going to try their hardest. They didn't say, and I'm coming in and you're going to take me back. That would be a dictator. They didn't do that. They said, I'm coming to talk to you because I want to heal things with you. I want to be with you. They know damn well she gets to say no. But they're putting all their energy into this and doing it right. I say, good on you. Good character. Go for it. Give it your best shot, We have the Death card and we have this Knight of Wands. Yes, it feels impulsive. Yes, it feels passion driven, but they're finally doing the thing. Death card says, I ended one thing and I'm passionately doing the thing that is right for me, finally. I do feel like it's coming across impulsive, but it's still true and it's heartfelt. And I would not judge this character harshly for giving it all they've got. I mean, I think it's super brave, and I think maybe it's the only way to handle this. Okay, let's go back over to her. So they're on their way to you. What does that mean? Queen of Pentacles. How are you? Three of Wands sideways. Well, damn, I don't have many hours to count before they arrive. That Three of Wands would normally be in the future. This is sideways going, oh my God, they're actually like, I wasn't consulted about when they're coming, but they're on their way. The future is like racing toward me right now. This isn't something that I have to wait for. And maybe it's better that she doesn't have space to wait and, get into some back and forth dialogue for ever and ever, because, a lot of things can go wrong in written communication. Sometimes it's a lot better to be face to face with somebody. The fact that they're coming directly toward her and putting themselves on the line like that, I think says a lot about how serious they are. She's the one who's actually scared. Strength card in the reverse and the Fool card upright. She's scared because part of her, I think, is filled with this feeling of, I want to actually just say yes, let's do this, let's start fresh. And then I think the other part of her is like, I don't want to just jump into something not knowing what else is there for me to think about with this person, with this situation. I don't know if I can just say yes. She's actually afraid she's going to leap and give this a real shot. And what if it's toxic? What if it's the devil? Why does she feel like she's so much on the fence about who this person is? Are they high-level commitment, material, great leader, or are they a freaking dictator, tyrannical, I do whatever I want and all you peons, do what I say? She's almost like, I don't know how to look at them. So it's really throwing her for a loop with how she feels about, because she wants them, but she also thinks that they might just be toxic. I can understand someone who has made their own life and made it, in this autonomous fashion. She's not about to sacrifice and say, okay, now you've just announced you're going to be in my world. I'm rearranging my life around you. I didn't say yes to that. I make my decisions. I build my business. I build my life. But keep in mind, they're actually not trying to do that. They're coming in as a King of Pentacles, as an equal. They're not, I don't believe they're trying to usurp her personal position and what she's created for herself in life, or come in and swagger in and say, you need me to fix your life, or you need me and this is how it's going to be. Yes, it would be a new offer, but it looks like it's an amazing offer. It's somebody who wants to be in her world. So it's the reverse is what I'm getting. But I can fully understand why she's like, whoa, is this person coming in to tell me how it's going to be? Because that's high-handed and I'm not putting up with somebody like that. But on the other hand, she wants this. This is a character who's torn in half. And what we're seeing is how her brain is like, half of me loves the fact that they're doing this. The other half of me says, whoa, I should be getting to ask you questions. You don't get to just show up on my doorstep. And then the other part of her says, but I want them to do that to prove that they mean it. And then I want to leap into their arms. The other half of her says, but I'm freaking out. What if you're toxic? Okay, she's scared. It's totally understandable, I think, for her to both want it and want to run from it, or want it and want to be repelled by it, to want answers, on the phone before they show up. But this really boils down to, she is still perfectly in control. If they show up, she can talk to them eyeball to eyeball, because she wanted to anyway. That was the whole thing. I want to gather more information. All she has to think about now is, okay, I'm going to gather information from them face to face instead of via writing. That could allow for a lot better, when we can see somebody's facial expressions, when we can hear their voice, when it's in real time instead of, via written words, sometimes we can gain a lot more of the subtleties of, how sincere somebody is or how we really feel about a situation. I think it's good that they want to go eyeball to eyeball, but she thinks, I don't know if this person has really sexy eyes, and she's like, but then I could get lost in their eyes, and then what? Look, she's not going to have much time to wonder about it because they're coming in fast. Action of Swords, they're almost here. And High Priestess, I think when she boils it down, in her subconscious, she goes, I need to see them eyeball to eyeball. It's the only way we'll get to the bottom of this. They know it. She knows it. Sorry, my puppy is very much in protector mode. So what is the outcome when they show up? 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. They first have to bridge the why did you do this? Why were you silent? Why did we have an argument? What is it that we should have hashed out that we didn't? What needs to be hashed out? What needs to change? They got to first deal with the tough conversations. It's not, yay, here you are. No. They have a lot of uncomfortable conversation first. Empress sideways. If the bottom line is, why did you not give me the respect? You're coming in, remember, they're Emperor sideways, she's now Empress sideways. Why was this not something that was decided? Why did we not before end up together? What was the question mark about whether or not this was going to be a high-level commitment? What, you weren't sure if I was good enough? You weren't sure, if there's an insult mixed up in this, that salt needs to be washed out of that wound. Because my impression is, with this hurtful energy, this is hurtful words, this is confusion, this is, there's a lot of, this has to be addressed first. There was a lot of pain or insult. I feel insult on this. Just because of that 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands, they need to hash this out. 10 of Pentacles and Magician. If they can hash out so before you didn't want a high level commitment with me because I just wasn't good enough, they're saying, no, I wasn't good enough. How was I going to have a 10 of Pentacles? How are we going to have a high level commitment, build an empire together when I didn't have my own stuff worked out? I had to work out my own stuff. Otherwise I couldn't give equally. You thought it wasn't you that I wasn't sure about? No, I was sure that I wasn't ready yet. That's a very different thing. This says, trying to manifest being able to have this high level commitment was what was at stake before, not whether or not somebody was worthy. And I think that's how she has been sitting there feeling is, yeah, but you didn't know if I was good enough, huh? That's a pretty big slight to carry around in one's mind and heart. It's weird that somebody so abundant would secretly have carried that wound, but it's amazing that I think it's finally going to be said out loud and cleared out of the air. And that's exactly, no wonder it's such a huge gift coming in, because this is the gift of wait a minute, I thought you didn't think much of me. I thought you thought you weren't sure if I was marriage material. I wasn't good enough. That's the gift of peace of mind. It's a huge, I can see why we have the Ace of Pentacles. This changes everything. It's taking away a lot of hurt. 10 of Swords is putting an end to the obstacles. It's putting an end to I don't know if you're just the devil, if you just come in and mess with people, if that's all this is, if you're showing up because you just want to play with my emotions. I wasn't good enough for you before, but now you want to come in because you changed your mind. Now I'm suddenly up to snuff. Of course that would be a painful thing, and that needs to be washed out. Well, it is. It's getting washed away because that's what so much of the hurt was about before. That's what that 5 of Swords was about. We got the King of Swords and we got the 6 of Cups. They kind of needed to reassure her with truth that she could actually absorb and believe that, no, you were my soulmate. You're the person I wanted to come back to when I had stuff more organized. I don't think that they said that before. It probably would have helped a lot if they had said those things, but it is what it is. This is a story that says the things that should have been explained a long time ago are finally being explained. This is such a Like, I feel so much lift of hurt and pain out of this story. It's like, it's so amazing to see these characters. I'm always rooting for my characters. I always want the best for them. I always want them to get to the conversation that's going to heal something, a conversation that's going to get to the bottom of how characters really feel, because I think that's the way to get stuff healed. And this is one of those stories where it's like, oh, hallelujah, they have got everything worked out. I'm so happy for them. All right. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. I'll see you again soon. Bye.